Then he came out of the jungle carrying a dwarf, I tell you. It was marvellous. Oh, hang on. I'm Batman. Hey, now, look. Am I supposed to be on camera now? I think I probably am. Oh, probably should do that then. Good evening. Oof, that's a little bit bright. How are we doing? Nice to see you all. Thank you very much for joining me. I'm Dean the Vaping Biker, and tonight we have a Monday Night Live going out to the nation once again, or many nations, nations upon nations upon nations. How the bloody hell are you? So sorry that I've been away. I think did I do a live one last week? I might have done a live one last week, but just realized the old specs are on. We can take them off. No, we can't. Hide up my bags a little bit. So yes, I think I did one last week. Can't quite remember, but I'm back now. I've after the last one, I was still a bit poorly, so that's why there's been no videos. But I noticed someone in chat had said they thought I'd retired. I haven't. I've just been poorly sick, so you know it's been a thing. But no, welcome everybody. And if this is your first time being here, the way we do things in around these parts is I'm just going to say hello to everybody or a load of people in the chat. So if you are in chat, say hi and where you're from. I love to see whereabouts in the world that you live in. Don't give me your postcode because I will come and stalk you. But after the first 10 minutes, so 10 minutes have gone past, and then I will launch into the vlog. After we've done a bit of the vlog action, then Mr. Todd is going to come in and join us for our normal chat and stuff. We've not prepared anything tonight, so anything could happen. We'll have to see what goes on there. In fact, I've not prepared anything at all, so we'll see. It could be one of those horrible car crash vlogs, but we'll see how we get on. Right, let's have a little look in chat and see what we've got going on in the big wide world tonight. So cuz Steve, hello Steve, how you doing? Nice to see you. Oh, that's going quickly. Geordie in Brum is Jason Scott. Here way out of sync. Can't really do anything about that, I'm afraid. That is I'm just going through Google, so if it's out of sync, can't do anything. Try refreshing your browser and see if that helps, or indeed if you're at 1080, try and drop that down to 720, see if that helps. Maybe, could be a thing, but unfortunately Google being Google means that I can't do anything about that. TCG Vapes, hello from Texas, Houston, Texas. What else we got from Seattle? Raymond Bramsell, hello Dean. Hello from Seattle, from a Brit who did his Brexit 18 years ago. Fantastic. What else we got going on? Kenny B at Vaping Biker, how do from Mexico, cartel capital of the world. All right, Kenny B. I've missed you. Hopefully you're doing better, Vaping Biker from Portland, Oregon. Thank you very much, Cameron Edgar. Very kind of you to say so. Certainly better than I have been. Flying Sumo, hi Dean from Essex, from the Essex Massive, no less. All righty. Persephone Olympia from Warwickshire. Fantastic person. I've messed that name up. I'm terribly sorry. But hi, how you doing? Nice to see you. Now then, what else have we got going on? Glad to see you wearing. You're well. Greetings from Bulgaria. Thank you very much, Peter. Guy Reed, hi Dean. First time I've managed to catch you live. Excellent. So sorry that it appears to be out of sync like a monster. I really wish I could do something about this, but see, if I'm doing one on my own, then I can sort of have a little bit more control over it. But because Mr. Todd's coming in and we're using the Google Hangout thing that YouTube offers, it's a bit shit. Dakota Smith, hello from the great white icy north of the UK, Dakota, or north of the world. Are you? Where are you? Triple X Vapes, Airville, PA, Pennsylvania. Is that Pennsylvania? Maybe. I know I'm missing people that are saying stuff in there. I'm just kind of being drawn to the at Vaping Bikers to start with because they're highlighted, and it helps my my delicate little eyes try and see what's going on. And the chat is going super quickly as well. Nightcrawler from Cologne, Germany. What else we got? Wendy Blank, welcome back, Dean. Thank you very much indeed. Right. Okay, I'll pause the chat a little bit. So let's go through it. Let's go and say some shout outs, shall we? Okay, Gareth Lynch, hi Dean from Gareth in Scotland. Heather Melton, hi Dean from Asheville, North Carolina. Deborah Connor from Kent. James Whiting. Oh, just saying hi, Mark. Not saying hello to me at all. Just saying hello to Mark. Mr. Todd is in chat. He is swinging his band hammer around if anybody is rude or doing something they shouldn't. So jobs are bloody good in there. TCG Vape, today is perfect riding weather. I will ride for you. It's late. Thank you very much indeed. Ride away for me and let me know how it all's going on. Have you perfected the wheelie yet, Dean? Yes, cuz Steve. Yes, I have. I'll talk about that in a little while because it's funny. Good to see you back, Dean. Thank you very much, Graham. Vincent Shindo. Hello, Shindo. Is that Shindo Juice Shindo? Because I've been vaping on some of your juice. Always a pleasure, bro. We missed you. Thank you very much. MGSV Sup from Orlando, Florida. I hate this state. Fair enough. Can't really say much about that one. What else? Where have you? Oh, the chat just goes. Yeah, I mean the delay being terrible. I really can't do anything about it. It's it's YouTube. So sorry. James writing. I already said hi to you, and he's shouting it. So sorry, I missed that, James. Mick Blizzard, good to see you back, Dean. What else have we got going on? Hi, bro, London from Antonio, UK. Thank you very much indeed. Give me a wallet. Hello from Finland. Hello to you. Give me a wallet from Finland. Good to see you from Swansea. All right, sunshine. How you doing? You made me pick up the Berserker Moutalung RDA, says Shindo. Oh, fantastic. Do you like it? Do you enjoy it? Philip Wheeler. Sup, Dean. Sup, Philip. I believe in the American vernacular, when someone says sup, you have to say sup back. You don't answer it like, what's up? I'm all right, thank you. What's up with you? I don't think that's a conversation that happens. The Vaping Ewok, great name, by the way. Morning, Dean, from little old New Zealand. 18 Wheels of Vaping. Hey, Dean, from Fort Wayne, IN, Indiana. Welcome back, brother. Thank you very much indeed. Lots of Welsh boyos in there. Is there really? Beard's looking a bit shag. Yeah, I've not really I put some stuff on it when I got out of the shower and then sort of didn't really do anything else with it. I should have tidied it up. Morning from the Philippines. Hello, Graham Bennett. How you doing? Nice to see you. Wendy Blank, I refreshed the page and the audio and video are syncing much better now. That's good to know, Wendy. So yeah, give it a refresh if I'm horribly out of sync, see if that does help. Working in London from Eastbourne is Eddie. Lovely old job. Alex McKenzie, evening. How you doing? Cornwall from Ben Michael Deere. Fantastic. What else have we got? Iowa is Smoky Bud 420. I think we've got a few people that is this a few people's first live one? There's a few names that I don't recognize. Obviously, the 4% Club is running high as well. There's quite a few of you 4%ers in there, which is brilliant to see. Shindo, Vapor Biker, I'm loving the little Moutalung RDA. Definitely requires a different type of recipe to shine. Absolutely. Hi Dean from Wales. Love your reviews. Will you be at Birmingham Vape Expo? Yes, Tomsky 600. I absolutely will be at Vape Expo. And throughout the whole thing as well. So I'm very much looking forward to that. Neil M. Evening Dean from County Durham. It just see, you sort of scroll a little bit on the chat and then it goes whoosh, do one. So yeah, it's a bit of a bugger. Rich Vapes, give Brecon in South Wales a shout out, please. Okay, Brecon, shout it out. Steve Krolick, Vape Barbecue, you'll learn all the US states by the end of this. Well, you see, it's a little game trying to figure out what the two capital letters stand for. B-Man Vapor, Massachusetts. How you doing? What else have we got going on? Hello, Dean from South Oxfordshire. Glad to see you well. Thank you very much, Kevin Mann. Very kind. A few people saying Ben Michael Deer's asking about the 4%ers. The 4%ers is basically my viewing my viewing figures generally, and I don't know if we've just kind of edged over that now, but generally it's been under 5% females have been subscribed to me. So it's been a special little club for the ladies, and I love them all dearly, very, very much so. But I will have to check to see if they are still 4%, because there is a chance we might have edged into the 5. How do you join the 4% Club? Asks Mark. You cut your winky off. Don't cut your winky off though. How you getting on, me old beauty from Cromer? All right, Diddy, right? How you doing? Are you, is that all right up there in Cromer? Is that nice up there at the minute? Dean, are you going to review the Tauren mech by Thunderhead Creations? I've got no plans to. I don't think I've ever spoken to Thunderhead, but I'd be quite happy to. I haven't got any new mechs in at all to review. I've not reviewed a mech for a little while. Was the Dreamer the last one? The Dreamer might have been the last. No, from Scotland. Claymore. The Claymore was the last one. What we got? Johan, see, look, Vaping Biker, don't have to shout me out. Just give us a kiss. I'm probably not gonna, Johan. I'm probably not gonna. Can I shout you out instead? CJ, hi, hello, Dean from Canada. Thank you very much indeed. James McDonough is in London. Yorkshire Dripper, Leeds. Fair enough then. What else have we got going on? Hello from Hull, East Yorkshire, is Paul Coney. What else? I don't understand cross-dressing. Fair enough, Shawsy. Well, you know, until you've had a hot Sunday afternoon in a big floaty skirt with no pants on, you just don't understand these things. Deborah Connor, you need to keep it 4% or I'll have to buy another t-shirt. And I love my unicorn one. I think, did I leave the unicorn one up on my merch store? I think it was only meant to be for like a month, but I don't know if I left it up. I think I might have taken that down. But you know, 4%, you the OG. Whoops, yeah, shit. You're an OG. So 4% is good. Tenacious TX Vapes. Hey yo, Dino. Hello. How you doing? David Mottram is in the house. All right, Davey boy. How you doing? I need to change my name to something wacky and zany with Z's in it and stuff. Yeah, pretty much. That's, you know, that's what I've done. My name is Dean the Zaping Vikers. That's how it's going to work. Chevy Man Vape Clouds, Vaping Biker from Jacksonville, Florida. Why have you got curly pasta stuck in a lamp? That is a light bulb. So there we go. Boom. Hello, Dean from Dubai. All right, here, Hisham bin. Sorry, I've messed that name. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm sorry, but hello. Hello, nice to see you. Thank you very much for joining me all the way from Dubai. Right. So sorry if I've missed you so far. Thank you very much indeed for coming with me. We've been saying hello. So if people have skipped past the first 10 minutes, then if I carry on doing it, then they'll just bugger off. So let's get stuck into the vlog, shall we? Let me just have a sip of water before we get going. And we can get stuck into things. So just a couple of bits and pieces, a little bit of housekeeping wise, in as much as when you are in chat, obviously just be nice, don't be a knobhead, and don't try and blag your own gear. That's nice. You can do that if you've got prior okayness from me or Mr. Todd. But no, what else has gone? I've been away for ages because I've been ill. Thought I was getting better last Monday, ended up still being ill. And so it's very, very recent that I'm still not 100%, but I think I'm good enough to make videos again. So that's great. And at least I can vape properly again now. So I'm very happy about that. Now, you will see a slight difference, hopefully. And that should be starting this week in the way that I film my reviews. So hopefully that'll be I'm just going to try and expand what I'm doing a little bit to make it sort of visually a little bit more enticing. It's not just always about kind of, you know, the format that we all do it. So I'm going to try and do a little bit of a change up over the next week or two with a few reviews. So we'll see how that works out. The first review probably won't be up tomorrow, but it will be up on Wednesday. There may be a preview for my patrons going up on the Patreon page tomorrow, but that will depend on how much I can get through tomorrow daytime. Now, after that, what else have we got going on? Patreon is going well. If you're not a Patreon supporter, feel free to do so. Links in the description, as always. Please go ahead and join up to my Instagram as well if you're not already on there. I'm really proud of my little Instagram page. I think it's got some nice pictures on it, so I really like that. So if you've not followed me on there, please go ahead and do so. That would make me ever so happy and make me feel warm and cuddly on the inside. So, right, we will be talking about some new gear and all that sort of good shizzle in a minute. But one thing that I did want to point out. So, this sort of thing happens quite a lot. Anyway, there's already been kind of Instagram accounts that we've managed to get closed down. There's been all sorts of things happening and going on. Now, this isn't really going to apply to you if you're in the UK or if you are in America or anything like that. However, I have found that there's three shops or three pages on the interweb that's saying it's me. Let me share with you what I found. Where's my thing? There it is. Okay, so that's just a picture I took on my phone. If you see this online, it has absolutely nothing to do with me. Fuck all. So it's certainly not the Vaping Biker shop with regards to me being the Vaping Biker. They have stolen my logo, and it kind of, I think it sells like juice and stuff. But I think this is also over in Indonesia. So like I say, it's not going to be a massive focus for many people, but just in case you do come across it on the internet, this is not me. So yeah, don't think it is. And if you are in Indonesia or Malaysia or wherever else, then do not purchase from this website. If you are from Indonesia and want to give the people shit, you crack on. I think I did a complaint online. I think I managed to do that, but it was all in Indonesian and I didn't really understand what was going on. So I think we've done that one, but I can't promise. So if you are over in that way and want to do some complaints about IP theft or whatever else, that I would very much appreciate that. So give the people some shit. That would be marvelous. But yeah, cheeky wankers. But no, we have had people kind of steal my logo and name and all that sort of stuff on Instagram and Facebook in the past. But that's just something I would just wanted to point out to you guys, that it is nothing to do with me. And I sincerely hope that whoever it is isn't approaching companies pretending to be me, because that's a truly shit state. But if you ever hear anything, as always, please do let me know, because the only place you'll find my merchandise and the stuff that I sell will be on vapingbiker.co.uk. There's a link to it in the description down below, but you go to vapingbiker.co.uk and there's a merch store there, and that's the only place that I sell my stuff. I haven't got a shop. I don't sell juice. It's just merch and bits and bobs. All right. Now, while we're talking about merch, you can't really see it here, but now I am getting back into things here. See this little logo on the front here? This is my super big fat boy hoodie with a big old logo on the back as well, and it's worked out really, really nicely. So I've got to get this organized over the next week or so, but I will be moving some of my merchandise providers from the guys that I use it at the moment through to the people that printed up this hoodie, because it's a big, cuddly boy size. so because of that, it's also see, look, I've got shirts and things and stuff. We've got that logo on the back there, and you can see that it's washing up quite nicely. It's not falling apart, so I'm going to be happy to use those guys. They're not the cheapest, but they will be available soon. So I'll make sure that I let you guys know all about that. I know I get asked about larger sizes a lot, so hopefully I'm keeping everybody happy. Good. So that's that good stuff. Now then, looks as though Mike Vapes is in the chat there. Nice to meet you. See you, Mike. Thank you very much for joining us, buddy. Very kind of you. What else have we got going on? Oh, also talking about the website, Mrs. Biker put up a juice review recently. So if it's just a short and sharp read on a few flavors. So go and check that out if that's the sort of thing that interests you. As you know, I'm not going to do juice reviews, but she actually has taste buds, so that could be worth reading if you're interested. Now then, what happened to the BMW seat? Peter M says it was a great seat, and I've got it over here in the studio for guests to sit on and all that sort of good stuff, but it was too high for my desk, so I couldn't get my legs properly under the desk in front of me. So when I'm having my little lazy kind of chill out time with my feet up, I couldn't do that because the desk was too thing. So it was all a little bit of a nightmare. That needs a squonk. Right. I think that is the majority of the housekeeping and general stuff that I had to tell you. I think I've got LED lights galore going on in here at the moment. Not that it's lit super well for you guys tonight, but I'm so happy. And I know a lot of people ask what I use now. A bit of my top-down camera has changed from 77D to the 200D from Canon SL2, I think, if you're in North America or whatever. But I've now got the 200D on top of that, and I'm rocking the 77D. It wasn't the 77D. What was it? It was the 700, I think, that I was using before. But I'm using the 77D now as my up close, which is basically an 80D without weatherproofing. And this is fucking marvelous. And I treat myself to a couple of Sigma lenses as well. So these are what I'm using. So I'm super excited about that. For any of you that do ask, and I have had a couple of questions recently about what kit I use. So I still would like to do a sort of a studio kind of kit video at some point in time. So we'll see how that goes. Now then, what else is going? Tenacious TX Vapes, Dean, will you be at Expo? Would love to meet you in May. Fucking right, I will be. I'm really looking forward to Expo. I didn't go to Jam, which is just as well because I was very, very poorly. But no, I didn't go to that one, but I will be going to Expo. I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be awesome. I'm going to be there for the whole thing. I'm turning up on like the Thursday and going home on late Sunday, so it should be good. Now then, what else have we got going on here? Let's have a quick look in chat before we get into the new stuff. What else have we got going on in here? Mike, is the recurve a hard hitter on a signature SQ? Now I know you're asking that question to Mr. Mike Vapes because he's in chat, but why would an RDA be a hard hitter? What La Crypt de la Vape, beautiful your sweater. I think we're talking about my hoodie and it's beautiful, so thank you very much indeed, very kind of you. What else have we got? I don't think there's anything else that I need. If you do have a real burning question, start it at Vaping Biker, and then we'll look at it from there. At Vaping Biker, are you going to review any suicide mods? I haven't got any planned. I don't have I spoken to anybody from Suicide Mods? I don't think I have. I could be wrong, but I certainly haven't got any coming up in the queue. Paul Paulson, oh Dino, glad to see you feeling better now. Thank you very much indeed. Windy. Rick Mason, Vaping Biker, what was your last beer? I haven't had an alcoholic beverage since probably like November time, I don't think. So I imagine it was probably Guinness, I would think. It was probably Guinness. I don't see the RDA that takes a coil in your background. That would be a hell of a thing, wouldn't it? Good to have you back. Thank you very much indeed. Are you having a little stand again at Expo this year? To be honest, I've not thought about it. I've not got stocked up with my mats and all that sort of stuff. So I'll have to have a little chat with Vape Mats, and then if we can organize a quick like pop-up stand like we did last year, then it gives it a sort of a very focused place, because instead of, if there is anybody that does want to come and say hello, if they're kind of wandering around and having a hard time catching up with me, then if I say that I'll be at stand X at such and such a time, then it'll be a little bit easier to find me. So, you know, and you can also get some things like the Vape Mats and what have you as well. I will actually be spending a little bit more time at one particular stand at Expo that I can't tell you about at the moment, but I'm very much looking forward to it. So now then, how do you cross between your main camera and your close-up camera without cutting off in between? Right, Gareth, I can't do it when I'm doing this, when I'm doing a live stream through Google Hangouts, but when I'm doing it on my own, what I do is I've got both cameras hooked up to the computer, and I use, because they're Canons, I use something called live camera software, and that feeds into OBS. And basically I've cloned one of the live camera app so I can run two at the same time, one for each camera, and I push them both into OBS. So hopefully that helps. Right. How long have you been growing your beard? Dunno. Don't know, a few years. When did I get married? Anybody know? 4 years ago. I think I was growing it kind of about 6 months or so to a year before I got married, I think. So there we go. Right. Oh, there's lots of vapor bike. Look, now, what do you think of the replay on the DNA 250? See, I think it's fucking marvelous. I talked about it a lot. I did the interview with Brandon, and I think the 250C is absolutely superb. Anyway, right, hold your questions just for the minute, because otherwise I'm not going to be able to talk about any new gear, because I will forget. So let's get stuck into a couple of things. Now, you know I don't review tanks, so I don't know why Coil Art sent them to me, but I got sent a couple of the what are they called? Mage RTA V2, and I thought I would give it just a quick go. I've got it sat on top of the stainless steel Dreamer going on there at the moment. 0.12 for dual coil Claptons going on in there. They're a pig to fit in there, and one of the reasons that I hate tanks, or current tanks, a lot of tanks these days, is because, especially when they're dual coil, they kind of take up so much space to put those coils that your wicking space is shockingly bad, and that really annoys me. And this is a little bit along those lines, to be honest with you. I'm not going to lie, but basically you've got a very kind of Kylan-esque kind of like half pipe going on underneath there, with lots and lots of air holes going in all the way around and underneath, and you've got 3 air holes going in the sides. And it does give you a reasonably smooth, not turbulent vape, which is quite pleasant. Let's have a little toot. It is quite a restricted airflow going on in there, but I just threw it together just to see what it's like. It's not going to be a regular thing going on for me, but I threw it together to see what it's like, and it's all right. You know, it's all right. I don't know how much it's going to be. I have no idea, but if it's about sort of 30 quid, something like that, then as a restricted lung, pretty flavorful little tank, then this might be a decent little looker for you. Now then, what else have we got going on? That's not going to get a review because I don't review tanks, just so you know. That was the review. After using it for about 7 minutes, that was the review. That's literally the first lot of juice I've got through it. So, but you know, you don't come to me for tank reviews, dear. So there you go. That's the thing. Now then, this little setup that we've got going on right here, we have got the Mr. Mike Vapes Recurve with Rotofo sitting on top of the new Aspire. What's it called? Freeloader? No. What's it called? Feedlink. Why do I think it's called Feedloader? Anyway, Feedlink. It's kind of got this kind of gun grip kind of vibe going on with the silver and black one, and it looks all right. I think it looks interesting. The thing that did me with this particular mod was this whole section here just looks like it was the exact size for a plate to go on the front of a regulated mod. So for a screen and all that sort of good stuff. That just, I can't get that out of my head. That looks like, and it's kind of such, because it's so light, it really stands out against the kind of the black grip, or the sort of metallic-y black grip going on, and the stainless steel body. So yeah, that just, it's really weird. Anyway, nice little grip going on, and like some pistol grips, can you see how much that kind of sticks out of the side there? Let me just sort out my focus so I can kind of go in a little bit closer there. You can see that side, that black side bit really sticks out a long way, which seems a little bit excessive. It does seem a little bit excessive, I'm not going to lie, but that's a thing that's going on in there. The button on the top here, it feels a little bit plasticky, and my patrons laughed themselves silly because it said in the manual there was an LED, and there is an LED, but you can just see it. There you go. It's showing orange. You can just about see it under the button. So when you actually fire the thing, there's no LEDs because your thumb's in the fucking way of the LED. So whatever the point of that was is absolutely beyond me. I don't understand it. I don't get it at all. I don't get it. Anyway, the other final thing that I'll talk about with this mod, obviously I'm going to be doing a full review as well. The thing that kind of weirds me out about this mod, and I hope I don't over squonk here, but when you kind of squonk in, if you press too hard, it kind of runs out. Did you hear that? It went like it was kind of out of juice. but I'll suck that back in again, and the juice bowl is pretty much full. So there's loads of juice in there, but you push it and it kind of gets a certain way, and then it just there's an air vacuum or something goes on inside the bottle, so it goes and stops you juicing up anymore, which is, it really annoys me. I don't understand why that happens, but it's a thing. The other thing is as well that it will put some people off is you do have a little carrier system going on here, which is good. It is a silicone bottle, which is good, which the silicone bottle and the fact that you can't press it in all the way it just weirds me out. But on the inside of there you might just see that there is a metal tube running all the way through, but it's a proprietary bottle, so you're not going to be able to put all your different and your favorite bottles in there, which is a little bit of a pain in the bum. But there you go, that's a thing. That's the Aspire Feed Link, which is a stupid name, but it's quite small, it's quite dinky, and I need to put another battery in there because that was showing amber. Okay, so right, let me take my VTC 5A out of there. This is a nice little segue as well, not that battery, hang you on. One of these puppies. I did purchase some VAP cells. These are the VTC 6A, the VTC 6A, not the 5A, the 6A. I bought these full price, forgot to use the discount code or the Friday code from Fogstar, and I bought a pair of those, and I bought inside the old Dreamer mod here. You will see that I've got a big honking great big VAP cell, because this is the Samsung 30T, the unicorn that is the Samsung 30T. And I've got to say, I am very impressed with both batteries so far. I've not really kind of pushed this one too hard as yet, but this is the lowest build that I've had on the battery, and it seems to perform rather nicely. The one thing I will say about the 30T is that it doesn't seem to have the drop off that a normal kind of 21700 or even 2700 tends to have. If you use it, one of those batteries with the mech, normally you get a good few pulls from it, and then it kind of very, very quickly drops down to next to nothing. Whereas that one actually seems to be doing a really good job at not dropping down. It's got a much slower taper, or at least that's what it felt like when I was using it with a 0.2 on top of it. I actually had the recurve on top of there. Now then, before I talk about the recurve, just show you as well, we do have a resin version of the whatever the Feed Link. I so want to call this a freeload. Not for any kind of reason to diss it, but it just, why would you name something like called a Feed Link? Anyway, this is the black bodied one. Still got that big old kind of knot screen on the front of there, but look how thick that resin is on either side of it. That just, to me, that just, I don't really like that. And it's not like it's super shaped either. It's got a bit of a bow going out, but it's not mega shaped, which is kind of, it bums me out a little bit. So yeah, I wish it didn't have the kind of the hard corners going on there. You can see that is kind of quite the corner happening there. So, you know, that, I think it looks nice and it feels nice in the hand, but yeah, that's the resin as well. It feels a bit rubbery. Do you know what I mean? It's weird. It's the resin just feels strange. It feels like it should be soft and squidgy, but it isn't. But anyway, so that is the Feed Link Revo kit. So let's have a little talk about the Mr. Mike Vapes' Recurve RDA, shall we? So I'm sure you've seen Mike's little show and tell already of this RDA. Now this has got, once again, a little sort of half pipe situation going on the inside for a single coil build, and you will see that you've got the airflow holes on the sides there, and they're going straight into the coil. Now you've not got any air going in underneath, that is coming in from the sides. However, one of the great things about this RDA, and I'm sure you've seen this once again, is the fact that if you do squonk it, now let me move my keyboard out of the way just in case this goes horribly wrong. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to squonk, and you see that we went all the way up there and it was over the top of where the air holes are. But I think what's happening is, and it's not leaking. And I think what's happening there is because of the surface tension of particularly kind of a heavy VG juice, I think it kind of doesn't go through those multiple air holes. So those multiple air holes not only help diffuse that vapor, or the air going in rather, helping you get a nice smooth draw, but I think also it stops that juice falling out because the surface tension of that juice. So I think that's actually a really, really good idea. And then obviously when you're squonking, it then sucks that juice back in again, which I think is fantastic. Now, the one thing that I will say about this one, and Mike knows that I'm always honest about this, is I do think this is a squonking atomizer above and beyond everything else. I think the flavor on it is really good. I think it squonks really, really nicely. However, I have used this as a dripper as well. And I think it's one of those things that if you've been vaping for a long time, you'll know that we didn't used to just your juice all the way into drippers. That never used to be a thing. And then kind of as drippers have evolved, we've kind of got used to just being able to pour a bunch of e-liquid in there and everyone's a winner. But with this one, obviously you've got a reasonably kind of restricted internal area there, which helps with the flavor. I think the actual build deck, the internal aspect of the build deck, I think is around about 18 mil, something like that. And so while it's 24 mil on the outside at the widest point, on the inside, it's actually quite a reduced size chamber. So it does help give you a really good flavor. But when you're dripping, there's nowhere for that juice to go. So while I was talking about surface tension and all that sort of good stuff, eventually that is going to break and that is all going to come out of the air holes. But when you're squonking, obviously that sucks in the extra e-liquid that isn't needed, and so you don't have that problem. So I would say, for me personally, that this works out really, really nicely as a squonking atomizer, and I've really, really enjoyed using it. And as a dripper, I think you do just have to be more careful. You'll find yourself dripping more than you would do with other ones because you don't want to put too much juice in there to just have that sloshing around on the inside there, so it could potentially come out of those air holes. So it's just a learning curve. I'm not saying you can't drip with it, I'm just saying you have to be a little bit more careful. But let's have a little toot on this one. Have I turned it on? Yeah, we're on. It does a grand job. Like I say, it's nice restricted airflow. The sort of airflow that comes with this is it's how I like to vape. It's the sort of vape that kind of, it gives me a dense cloud. I'm not going out for it to be a cloud comp kind of RDA, but I'm getting a great flavor from it, but I'm getting a nice condensed vapor in there as well. So it works for me, and that's how I like to rock it. Now you can obviously close down the airflow, although if you do try and close down the last two holes, I think it is. Let me just check. The last two holes, once you get to about halfway, then the airflow actually opens up on the other side of the post. I think that's what it is. However, this isn't a mouth to lung RDA. It's not a mouth to lung RDA, but as a restricted direct lung RDA, I think it works out really, really nicely. I really like the shape of this drip tip as well. So Mike, if you were part of that, good job, sir. I really like that. That feels really nice in the lips. But that is doing a grand job. I've got a syrup flavor that I've made up called BSC, which is banana cake, syrup, and something else that I can't remember that I came up with. But if you're on e-liquid recipes and find me as Vaping Biker, then you'll be able to see that and you can give it a go if you so wish. But it's super sweet. It's a really sweet syrupy flavor and I really like it. And in this, with a sort of a reasonably angry build in it, it's quite nice. In fact, this is like a 0.2, I think, going on in here. Also, if you do want to drip with it, it looks the tits on a Dreamer mod because of the curvy sort of shape of the Dreamer. It looks really, really cool on there as well. But no, I really like squonking with that atomizer. Comes with the squonk pin already kind of in there, so I'm assuming that Mike's kind of going, look, here's a squonking atomizer. It's really good. You can drip with it, but it's really, so if that's the case, Mike, then good job. I think it's really nice. And it's nice to see something a little bit different from Watofo as well. So good job on that one. I'm enjoying it. Jobs are fucking good. And now then, what have we got going on here? Well, some of that action. Right. Now fucking then. Right. So, what else have I got to tell you? Not a lot else. So let's get in the man himself, and boo, that's I pressed the wrong button. Fuck, I did a sound thing and I pressed the wrong button, and that should have just fucking what?
That serves you so right.
I really thought I heard it. Oh well, let's just do a couple of air horns just because. Why the fuck not?
That's what you get for trying to be an 80s DJ.
Oh, but it, you know, it just makes me feel. There's a guy I watch on YouTube called DSLR Video Shooter. He's amazing. Caleb is very, very good, and he's got an air horn that every time he gets a super chat, he's like dun, dun, super chat. And anyway, it's a good one. Right, Deborah Connor, when are we going to find out what your big secret is? Soon. There we go. And there was just something I wanted to say that Mike vapes, yep, for squonking and fully designed by me. Excellent, Mike. Good job, sir. Good job, sir. So that's all of my new stuff in. I think I have had other new stuff in, but I can't remember what that is at the minute, and I can't remember what I told everybody last week. So how the bloody hell are you, Mr. Todd?
Super. Can I tell everybody your secret?
No, you cannot.
Ah, really? Just it's a fake beard. I knew him before he started reviewing, and he never had a beard, and he knew that he would get more subs with a beard, so it's fake.
Absolutely. Well, you know, I had to be number one somehow. If it meant having a beard, then so be it. But there we go. So what's been going on with you?
I'm working for a washing powder company now. I'm working for Daz.
Yep.
So whiter than white. No, I just I can't put my normal light on, because then if I do, it just highlights the toilet dispenser here. So,
that wasn't your best placement for that, was it?
It wasn't, no, but then it just highlights how small the shed is, the fact that everybody can see it. So that's a good. Oh, hang on, M16 Skills is not asking if something hits hard. He's asked a really good question, which I forgot to point out. Mike Vapes, is the recurve black on the inside? No, it's black on the inside.
Isn't what? What?
Is black recurve black on the inside? No, it's black on the inside. I'm confused.
Black inside and outside. Where's my black one? There it is. Here it is. Here it is. But it's not. I mean, I think Watofo used to have a thing back in the day of having a bit of an issue with their paint, and they used to kind of be well known for being a bit suspect. But no, I've been using this one and having this go on and off a lot, and I've not had any. I've not had any of the kind of the paint or the. Is this anodized?
That was my next question.
Yeah. Mike, let us know if it's anodized. Yeah, so I've not had anything coming off on the inside of that. So it's worked out nicely so far.
Yeah.
Plus the fact that because it goes directly over the top of the two O-rings, it does mean that that kind of stops anything too nasty. There's no metal on metal action going on there.
No, it's a good idea. It's a very good idea. I'm quite surprised. I mean, I've not used any of. I know he's here. Can we actually block him just while I talk about him? I'm not actually comfortable about talking about him while I know he's here listening. You know, I actually said your atty was shit, mate. I'm really sorry, but no, it's good. I'm surprised by the vape.
Yeah,
the airflow, because it is a lot more restricted than I thought it was. It would have been coming from Mike.
Yeah.
And it suits me to a T. It suits me to a T. But I strongly agree with what you said about the dripping. It's a fantastic squonking RDA, but it's shit as a dripper. But that's just my take on it.
Nice one, nice one. No, I've really been enjoying using it, and I've been using both the black and the stainless one I've got. I don't know if did I get another one? Was it rainbow? If it was rainbow, then I certainly wouldn't have used it. But
Yeah, rainbow we got.
Yeah, that's not going to get used ever. But there you go. Here you go. Let's Sinistrail said, Vaping Biker, when are you going to teach Todd's Reviews how to do close-ups on live videos?
hang on. I'm just going to block him. Yes. Can I put him in a timeout or just block him?
Neither, because he's absolutely right.
Oh, that's
Which microphone are you using tonight? Are you going to be thundering my viewers like you do yours?
No.
A little bit.
It's actually, I don't know if I've got it. If I got it the right microphone on, I have no idea what mic I'm using. I'm using the right one for a change. There we go. Do you know, M16 Skills is actually knocking it out the park here. I look like Superman's dad if you actually remember the original Superman. He's giving away his age here. He's giving away his age.
I think I went to the flicks to watch the first Superman. I think.
God, yeah, you're showing your age.
Well, yeah.
That's going back some.
I'm always still going to be younger than you, though. So that's the main thing.
Next. Quick, come up with some topical discussion.
There was something that I wanted to ask you, and I've got absolutely no sodding idea what it was. So while I'm trying to think of that, let me know what apart from one thing, what have you had any hardware that's really kind of made you go, ooh, this is good recently?
Today I did get for those of you that will know the Haku RDA. I now have this is the prototype for the Vena. It's their brand new RDA. So this is one of the prototypes.
I just like the fact that you said, is it the Vena? Like, yeah, I'm going to know that.
Well, it's that's what it's called there. Just if that actually shows up.
There you go.
The Vena.
Is it called the Proto?
That's don't start. Don't start. So, and that's the, if you know 67 mods, that's the Neo Fit, which is a fantastic little squonker. Today I also got I've had the prototype for quite a while, but I got the new Anakin Doink, the Proton.
Oh, I think that they're supposed to be sending those to me as well, but I haven't had them as yet.
Yeah, so that's the review will be out very quickly for this because I've had it for so long already. So, but it's not bad. It's not my kind of thing, but it's not bad at all.
It's quite a quick firing affair, isn't it? Or something. There was something that you really liked about it a little while ago.
It's the screen. It's the menu system is very, very intuitive, and that translates to that I was able to use it. I was also able to see it, which is another added bonus.
You need some cool hipster specs like I've got, you see. Then not only do you look cool as fuck, but you can actually see stuff as well. It's marvelous.
I've got specs everywhere in here. You know that.
Yeah.
What else came in? That was that. The recurve, you know about. That's pretty much it. The RDAs, you know about. The Lost Vape stuff. That's maybe not the Lost Vape. That's the Lost Vape. Sorry, I'm just seeing Ultim everywhere. That's the Furion that's coming from Lost Vape. It will be released in the next couple of weeks, I think. That's a prototype one as well. I'm hoping that they're going to have a brass tube instead of the carbon fiber one.
Carbon fiber needs to die a death. We need to stop using carbon fiber in vaping. It's just. Yeah.
They've also got a black one as well. So we've got this going on. And
definitely, the Ultim one has a brass tube, and the black one has a stainless tube. They'll look really classy.
Yeah. But they take all the battery sizes, and they've got, I think it's 9 ml juice the bottle takes. It's quite smart. It is quite smart. I do like it, and that's it. That's everything I've got.
Fair enough. Right, sorry, I'm just playing little random sound effects in the background just because. I think there have been some things in the chat going on. If you have got questions for me or Mr. Todd, start them with @VapingBiker or @Todd's Reviews, and if you put them in uppercase, capital letters, then it helps us see them. So make sure that caps lock is on, because as already mentioned, we're both old and a little bit blind. So that would be splendid. Thank you very much indeed. So what else we got going on here? Cuz Steve, Todd is after your 4%, clean shirt, soft lighting, and smooth mic.
Thank you.
At Todd's Review, Superman was still at school the first time I went to the flick, says Mick Blizzard. I keep wondering if Dean has something in his beard or it's just starting to go grey. It's starting to go grey. And I tell you, this is really annoying me. That this is why Mr. Todd dyes the crap out of his hair, I'm sure of it. But but I've got this kind of this sort of section which is, it's not in the middle, it's just off on one side, and it's going white as a white thing. And it really, if you go sort of grey down the middle and down the sides, then you look cool. I'm starting to go a little bit here, but I'm getting a haircut soon. But yeah, it just, so no, I've not got anything in my beard other than just old man hair. No, that sounds wrong. Just grey hair. Right, what else have we got? M16, do you like the Signature SQ Squonk? Everybody raves about them, and Signature Tips did offer me, I think the last 2 times I've seen the Signature Tips guys, they've offered me one, and I kept forgetting to go and pick one up. So I haven't actually got one, never tried one, but everybody I know that's had one says that it's fabulous. You had one of those, didn't you, Todd?
Yes, I had one 8 months ago.
Yeah.
It's very good. The 510's a pain in the ass, but aside from that, it's a very good squonker.
Excellent, excellent. LaCrypt asks if any of us have tested out the Horus. Is it the Horus? Horus? Have you heard of it? What's a Horus?
Horus is an Egyptian god, isn't he?
I've not tested him recently.
No, is that not what Horus is though? Isn't it? I watch Stargate. I know what it is. Huh? Come on. Yeah. You want to know anything about vaping? You're watching the right show. That's all I can say.
What else have we got going? So no, I don't think we can say anything about Horus or Horus, however you say it, because we don't know what it is.
Yes.
Have you heard about the Karma 2 from Geek Vape? Yes. Yes, the Karma was that. No, hang on, wait. Was that the mod that was super hardcore and people threw out of houses and stuff?
That's oh, is that the new revision of this bloody thing here? They've got a new version of that coming out.
Yes, a dual battery version.
Yeah. I've no idea what it's called. You really need to get somebody that knows their shit in here.
Doesn't it say it underneath it?
Is it written on it? Oh, it's the Aegis.
Stick with me, sunshine. I tell you, vape reviews.
There's Mike. See, proper vape reviewer. That's why he has 225 subs. Is Karma's a mech tube.
Oh, right. No, I hate the first one, but I know the first one I did not like at all. But no, I've got no plans to see it, and they haven't sent it to me, so I don't know if that's the thing. Right, what else have we got? Todd's Reviews, any update in the replay for the 75C? No, there isn't as yet. I think they're still getting out all of the 250C situation, but as soon as I hear anything different, I will let you know. Vaping Biker Todd's Reviews, what's your thoughts on the IQOS now being sold in vape shops? I think I'm going to let you wade in on this in a second, Mr. Todd, but I'm going to have I've had a few emails about that today, funnily enough, a bit random, don't know why. However, I've never been a fan of IQOS. I don't think it should be at vape shows and all that sort of stuff, because a vape show is a vape show. However, if it's a way of getting people off cigarettes, off combustible cigarettes, that won't go into vaping, or vaping doesn't do it for them, then crack on. I don't think it should be in vape shops personally, and I don't want any part of it. But I see that it does potentially have a place in the world. It's just I mean, there's a lot of people that tend to throw around a lot of the arguments that we have against us in vaping, with regards to it's still bad, it needs more testing, rah, rah, rah. But we know, as far as I'm aware from the studies that I've seen, that it really isn't good at all. It's only kind of a little bit better than combustible tobacco, as far as I've seen so far. So, you know, is a little bit better still worth something for those people that want to get away from cigarettes? Then yeah, I guess so. But I don't think it should be in vape shops. I think that IQOS stuff should be in newsagents and places where you go and buy your smokes, rather than anything else. But that's just my little opinion on it, really. But you know, whatever people find to get them off smoking. What do you reckon about it?
If it helps somebody on the path to getting off cigarettes, then I have no issue with it. As far as selling it in a vape shop and so on, that's up to the vape shop owner. I personally don't think that they should be side by side. But then there was an argument. I know it's totally different. There's no tobacco in it, but then we had the same thing with CBD. And now that's accepted in vape shops. It's a thing in vape shops. But yeah, as Deborah, no, not Deborah, just said, who just said it? Somebody that I can't pronounce. Bob just said, leave it at the tobacconist, not in the vape shops. And I totally agree with that.
Absolutely. Plus, you're not going to be able to try them out, I would doubt, in a vape shop, because it does have the harmful stuff being released when you breathe it out. So you're not going to be able to. It's not vaping and it's not smoking. So I don't know what it is when the action that is called when you use one, but you're not going to be able to do that inside a place, I wouldn't have thought.
No, and surely they would need a license to sell it as well if it contains tobacco.
Yeah, probably. I mean, I know a lot of people hate tobacco, and I do too, but I still maintain that our worst kind of negative force against vaping is the pharmaceutical industry, to be honest with you. I think they're the ones that really do the most damage. But no, so there we go. Not to get. I'd like to know more about it. I'd like to see more information. I think Vaporame magazine did an article on it recently, and there was some big hullabaloo. But I kind of like reading about stuff, because you know, power is knowledge, or knowledge is power. And if you don't know about these things and how they work, how can you have an opinion on them? And it's not really easy to get a kind of much knowledge on these things at the minute, because they're still quite new. So more reading up necessary, and you know, people can do what the fuck they like, but I don't really want any part of it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the thing is, heat not burn has been around for years. It's been around as long as vaping, probably here before vaping. Not that I know what it was used for. I just read that.
I think that you might do. Yeah. So hopefully, Daniel, that's answered that question. Not really a fan of it. Don't agree with it, but if it helps people, then crack the fuck on. But not in vape shops.
Yashin was just saying, do you want to explain actually what the IQOS is?
Yes, go on then.
It's heat not burn. It's basically they take a cigarette. There's no combustion involved, basically. Correct me if I'm wrong. That's the main thing. You take a cigarette, you stick it in a little pod, a little machine type thing. You push a button, and it just heats up. It heats it. It doesn't burn it.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's not a normal cigarette. I don't think. I think it's like a compacted or a tighter thing as well. I don't know.
Yeah, no idea. Not really interested, to be perfectly honest with you.
No, it's good to read up about, but good to be aware of, because it's something in the market, but not something that I'm ever going to try. Lecrypt Delavape says the Horus is the RTA from Vapefly.
I did get an email from them. I think did I agree to? I can't remember now. I'll probably turn up one day.
That's fair enough. Someone asked about why is there the New Romantics, nice name. Why has there been a sudden increase in drama in the UK review community? Don't know. Nothing for that. I stay the hell away from it wherever I can. I don't know. Subscriptions. Watch me. So yeah, probably. But I just we try and stay as far away from it as possible, because it's a load of old bollocks. There's no point in arguing about things.
Absolutely.
Will Todd be with you at Expo to hand out mats? No, Vape Smarter. He will not, because he is leaving me to my own devices to just go off and be vape famous in other places around the world. Look, he was just dancing then. I've tried to put the camera on him so you could see it, just because he was showing off, because he's just, you know, I granted he's number 2 in the UK, but do I get invites to foreign climates and wonderful things? Do I? Fucking tell you. They still want a dodgy old Scottish man that they can't understand. What's that?
One day when you're as old as me, my friend, then yeah, they want maturity. That's what it is, an experience, and you know, it's well, certainly not my vape knowledge, that's for sure. But yeah, no, I'm going to the Hall of Vape that is in Stuttgart. It's on the exact same time as Expo. So if you're in Germany, come along. And I'll be selling vape mats in Germany for Dean.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I like that idea. You've said it on camera now. We're doing it. It's a thing. It's happening. Am I getting Morton Owens Njord RDA mech kit in for what? RDA mech kit in for review? That's that kind of that vertical coil thing that we were talking about recently. You've agreed to it, haven't you?
I am. I didn't actually realize that it came with a mech mod at first.
Oh, does it?
That's news to me.
Yeah. But I got asked about it as well, and I've not replied to that email. I did go and have a little look at his channel, and I think he does great things. I love the sort of in-depth nature that he goes in with his testing. But no, I'm a little bit on the fence still about how that airflow works. I've never been a fan of vertical coils. I know you like vertical coils, don't you?
I love vertical coils. I mean, you know, Norbit stuff, the origins, and I mean, going back to Jenny's and things like, yeah, I really like them. But I'm like you. I hand on heart, I hope it's a fantastic RDA. I mean, I've said it before. I'm quite vocal about it. I'm not a huge fan of reviewers making gear and whatnot. But if you do it, good for you. Go for it.
Yeah.
But just because you talk about it doesn't mean that you're going to make a good thing. Does that make any sense?
No, absolutely.
And after watching the video, I mean, I hope it vapes really well, but the deck looked shit.
It's an interesting one for sure. And like I say, I think vertical coils are great if you're kind of a low power kind of vapor. I think if you're going at kind of 50, 60 plus watts, I think for me, I just never really got to grips with them. But there you go. That's just me. Have you watched Into the Badlands yet? No, I have no idea what that is.
What?
What?
Oh, does anybody in chat know when season 3 starts?
What?
It has to be soon. Please tell me it started already, because the first 2 seasons, yeah, I've said this to you before in Hangouts. You have to watch it. It's excellent.
Well, see, the thing is, and this is something for the people. Me and Todd talk to each other regularly, and quite regularly, I get excited about something and say, "Oh, you've got to watch this! It's awesome! You've got to go and watch it." And he goes, "All right, okay, yeah, fair enough." And then literally never watches it. Never, just because I suggested it, he goes, "Nah, fuck you, not doing it."
This is true. This is true. Oh, next week it starts. Yes.
Have you a coil type that you've never tried but would like to? No, Foggy Bob, because I would have made it if I really wanted to try something, I imagine. How many different vape liquids, or how many different liquids do you vape on a typical day, says DNNS84? Which is an interesting question, I guess, kind of.
Yeah.
How many different flavors? I mean, because you stick with your your goose juice. Is that in everything, or do you kind of rotate 2 or 3 flavors?
I have goose juice, which is a vanilla custard caramel type affair. Nata, which is Portuguese custard tart, and also lemon crack, which is like a locket menthol honey, and I sometimes mix the lemon crack with the other 2 juices as well. And but I've been vaping goose juice for years and years, a long time.
Gotcha.
That's it.
What's this one? Is that you that had the opportunity to test the inner wire? Now you got super. That's the one with the hole in the middle, isn't it?
I've got Oh, what's my box? Where's my box? That stuff there.
Yes, you sent me a box of that as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's very good. I mean, I'm not into fancy wires and things like that, as you well know. But yeah, the inner wires suits me because it's just a round wire, but it heats up very, very quickly.
Yes. Yeah, because it's got that kind of nothing in the middle of it, it does ramp up fairly sharpish. But because it doesn't reduce the resistance, I don't think, because you've still got that surface area on the outside that the current goes over. Is that right?
Yeah.
Fucking see, look, we almost know what we're talking about. What? Right. Any other questions? Let us know if you've got any other questions in the chat. There, we've been going for just over an hour now so far. So we'll have to see how we go on. M16 Skills says, Todd, Star Trek or Star Wars? I don't even get asked. So just straight to you.
But yeah, I mean, I just look like a middle-aged old man type thing. So they're going to ask me, not you. They'll ask you what your favorite metal album is or something. You know, that's Star Trek or Star Wars? Star Trek.
That's fair enough. I'm going to be really unpopular now. Don't really get the excitement with Star Wars.
Yeah. Oh, how about Lost in Space? Did you get any further with it?
I think we're up to about. I think we've got to start episode 5.
5, yeah. It's all right. It's all right.
Yeah. So they spent a lot of money on it.
Yeah. What else we got? Inner Wire states, Vape Taurus. You're a ball bag.
Yeah.
Go and look that up.
You could totally play Mrs. Dayfire.
Yes.
we need to do like a Halloween party one year. We need to get together and try and get a few reviewers in the same place and just dress up in fancy dress, and you have to be Mrs. Dayfire.
Hello.
That would be amazing. Cameron Edgar has asked a couple of times, I think, either of you vape tobacco flavors? I don't. The closest I get is banging in some RY4 double in a mix now and then, but never really been a tobacco kind of person. I gave up smoking, so I didn't have to have that horrible tobacco flavor. But do you? You don't, do you?
No.
So there we go. Vape and Biker, if you has to pick Harley Davidson or Triumph, just fucking Triumph all the way, every day of the week. So there you go. Boom. Get that up, yeah. Now, is there anything else that I needed to ask you, Mr. Todd? Is there anything else that you wanted to talk about tonight?
No, I just want to say that Jared, you're wrong. Just want to say that. That's the thing. If you say Star Wars or Star Trek, you're going to offend 50% of your audience. Somebody else going to come out and go, ah! But that's Game of Scones is my all-day vape. Is that actually a juice? Game of Scones. Oh, that's brilliant.
A couple of people have asked if I'm at Expo. Yes, I've already answered that a couple of times. Definitely at Expo. Can you ask Todd to spin the Ultim Lost Vape Squonker one more time, please? Todd, can you spin the Lost Vape Squonker? Hang on, I'll put the camera on you. One more time. Here we go. There we go.
So, there we go. We have a locking switch on the front here. Boom, boom, boom. Firing button there. Up the top. Down the bottom, you have this affair going on. You have a little latch that pulls out, and you twist it and pull the squonk bottle out. It takes 2700, 21, and 18650s. It'll be $79.99 in the UK, and yeah, there we go. The other things that stop biting my nails. I've got to stop biting my nails. I've screwed this in too far. I can't get. Oh, don't start on me.
I'm just leaving the camera on you now, just so we can all see you being uncomfortable.
Like much bothers me. That's the bottle. So you see it's got that, but you can actually unscrew that bit from there. Now, I don't know if they're selling these individually. I have no idea. But that's it. There you go.
Fair enough. It does look like it's a classier mod than it should for a mass-produced mod. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, very much so.
It is stabilized piss.
It does. It's not shit. It's definitely not shit. I've got to stop saying that. Anyway,
is it a mech?
It's a pure mech. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you can get in there and you can take the contacts to bits and clean them up and whatnot. It is copper contacts inside. That shouldn't be an issue, but you might have to clean them down the line. But it is easy enough to take to bits.
Nice. There we go then. Good times. Good times. Legion Vapes has just said, no question today. I just want to say it's nice to see you happy and smiling face again. Thank you very much, Legion Vapes. Very kind of you. Right, Vapefish is saying hello, just come in by the looks of it. Have either of you tried Flatwire, and what do you think? It seems to come out too low for my squonkers. I would get a different gauge then, get a thinner gauge of it, but I've never really been super excited about Flatwire, which is ironic that I flatten all of my Claptons, but no, Flatwire itself not really been a thing.
Oh, Bob, sorry, Affinity Vapes, Bob. I go for a coffee, but you know Bob, he pimps you out in his vape channel with your vape mat on his close-ups. I hasten to add.
I must say if I'm subscribed. I will subscribe to you, Mr. Affinity Vapes. I will.
Yes, I do apologise because he had Game of Scones when was it the last time we met for coffee? I buy him coffee.
What you done by me coffee?
But he has your vape mat on his close-ups. I mention them all the time. Look, I'm making a big deal out of Affinity and Vapes. Please subscribe, and nothing.
Right, that's it. Then I'll have to get him on my channel before you get him on yours. Then, just because you know,
it's the beard. It's the power of the beard. That's what it is.
Cameron Edgar is asking, what's the profile of Offended by Fenders, and where's the recipe? It's on eLiquid Recipes. If you find me, you should be able to search Vaping Biker, and you'll either find it under Vaping Biker or search Offended, OFFENDED, by Fenders, and the V2 is my favorite one out of the two of them. But it's kind of like I sent you some of that Offended by Fenders. What would you say the thing is like? It's kind of like a thick, sweet RY4E loveliness.
I didn't get a lot of RY4 from it. I mean,
no, you see, it's not in your face. It's there for substance.
Yeah, I mean, I vaped it all. That's all I can tell you.
How much is the recurve? 30 quid, I imagine, as it's for Tofo.
Oh, 24.99.
Is it? Bargain. There you go then. Yeah. Get one of those little puppies. Now then, what else have we got going on here? Do dyes in your juice affect if you like them? Yes, I do not like anything that dyes a juice. I think it's horrific. I think it's something that we used to do like 4 or 5 years ago, and it's completely unnecessary in this day and age. I think adding extra shit to your juice is absolutely pointless and a ridiculous thing to do. It doesn't make the color of your vapor any different. So, you know, no, I don't think it's a good thing at all. There you go.
Simon Knowles, you're a ball bag as well. But there we go. There's DNNS84 wants to know, did you tell your story about the wheelchair wheelies yet?
I did not. I did not. Right. So I got some new wheels for my wheelchair today. And they've got kind of bigger kind of grab raily things for the outside. So it's great. Now, wheelies aren't just, you know, it's not like blowing an O-ring if you're a cripple. It's wheelies are there because they're useful to get up curbs and stuff like that. So you've got to kind of really learn to do them. And so I've been practicing and I was really proud of myself. Today I can sort of wheelie the whole length of my living room and then kind of just hold it for ages, and I can turn 360 and all this sort of good shit, which is brilliant. I was really proud of myself, really comfortable. Really comfortable with the chair, and was getting on like a trooper. However, I think I did a little fun video for my personal Facebook page, just showing me dicking around. But while I was making that, just before or just after, I did have a little bit of an issue. And this is where he's a bellend, because I had a bit of a moment where my only time where I fell backwards like a fucking monster. I did it just the once. The sofa caught a bit of the chair, so I'm laying on my back like that, and I can't get up. And I send him a picture saying, "Houston, we have a problem." I was like a dying turtle because I was on my back and I couldn't get up. I was stuck. The sofa had my wheelchair and I couldn't get off the wheelchair. So it was just, oh dear, it was a bit of a thing. So I guess you kind of had to be there. Also saw the picture at the time, but yes, it was fun times. And obviously I sent the picture to Mr. Todd for consolation and wise words, and he just laughed at me.
Just well, what do you expect? I'm just because I'm that kind of guy, and I just wanted to, you know. There you go. That's that's him on his wheelchair, stuck. Priceless.
You're a bellend. Oh dear. Right. Flying Sumo, Dean, if you wanted a high-end stand, would you want an RDA or drip tip stand? I would want an 810 drip tip stand because I have shot glasses that hold all my 810 drip tips at this moment in time, and yes, so I do need an 810 thing. I did ask in my Facebook group a little while ago who makes them, because I was going to buy one, and then I think I started being poorly and I didn't get around to doing it. But yeah, I do need to get something sorted out. What else we got going on here? You have to have your helmet on when doing tricks. I took my helmet out of here, but yes. Do you still use the Daedalus V2 to build your cores? Yes, and that's a review that is going to happen. I do still use it, and it does work, but I still think that the V1 is the better one of the two. If you can get hold of a V1 Daedalus, not for doing fancy coils or anything like that, but just for doing straightforward fuse Claptons and straightforward Claptons, the Daedalus V1 is a fine job. You can do it with the V2, but it's more fucking around.
Mr. Baker.
Yes, sir.
When is your next review?
I did mention earlier on Wednesday it will be going out. I'm going to be doing I do a preview for my patrons that go out hopefully the day before, whenever I can, so they can get sort of a preview view of it. But no, it should be going live on Wednesday. Generally, I like to have a Tuesday kind of doing correspondence and like back office stuff and more testing and different things rather than recording. So I like a little day off of recording after a live one. But no, there will be something on Wednesday.
Is that going to be the Nicor mixer?
You can get fucked. Oh God! Look, now people are just telling me how shit I am. Rick Mason, DNA 75C thing. Yes.
There's Andy Fairchild. He's coming with the mixer review. Yep, get in there.
Oh God. The mixer is overly complicated, not super easy to use, but helpful if you do want to fuck around with it and don't want to shake your juices. I think it does help kind of mix things up. Whether it's full steep time kind of beneficial, I don't know, but I do think it helps mix things to some degree, because especially if you warm it up a little bit, it thins out the VG a little bit, allows the molecules to kind of attach themselves to the other bits and bobs that they need to attach to help get that kind of full mix. So I think it does help, but very expensive, and yeah. You need wheelie bars on your wheelchair. I tried them, Andy. I tried them, and they're rubbish, because you try and wheelie and then you hit the wheelie bar and then it throws you forward. So that's not a good look. What's the point of Claptons? I love them. I love them. I think I get better flavor from them, and yeah, I love them. So there we go. That answers that.
No. What is the point of them? Why is a Clapton better than a round wire?
Because those outside fucking wraps, the Clapton bit, I think that the gaps inside, I don't think if you go too thin on the Clapton wire, I don't think that helps. Then I think you may as well just use a flat wire or something like that. But if you're using like maximum of 38 gauge, or 36 gauge is good. I think it helps. I think it helps with that flavor. I really do.
Yeah. I think the day that I started using AWG instead of giving gauge sizes in millimeters was a sad day in the vape industry. I think that's when I just right, Harrison, you can do one. In fact, that all of you with the chef jokes and the Mrs. Doubtfire crap, sling your hook, go on. I can go in the house and get this shit. I don't need to come out here for it.
Fantastic. What else have we got? Have we got any other questions going on in there that we need? Do you know when the replay note for the 75Cs? Not yet. It's not out quite yet, as far as I know. Own comforts. But it will be. I imagine we're still going to be like another month or so away. I would think, to be honest.
Yeah. Christoph Egger's asking about the Morton's RDA. We actually covered that earlier on, Morton's RDA. I'm supposed to be getting it, and Dean doesn't know if he's getting it.
Yeah, no, I'm still. This is still winding me up. Look, fucking, I need to point this out because you can tell me if this is something that you have experienced already. Right, you can see how much juice is in that bottle, right?
Yep.
There's a fair amount of juice in there. So when I squeeze it, ready? That was squeezing it. It just goes. Why is that happening?
I understand it's sucking it back in, but going. Yeah, it's not the RDA because we're both using the exact same RDA.
Yeah, no, it's not the RDA. It's definitely the mod. It's absolutely the mod. I don't know whether it's got anything to do with the fact that it's got a metal tube going down rather than a like a bendy tube, but it just. I don't know where the air gets into the bottom of it. That's what confuses the fuck out of me, because you've got to have air in there for it to go. Do you know what I mean? And I don't know where it. I'm very confused.
Oh, hang on. Craig Harrison knows. No, hang on. He's going to start talking about heat flux any moment now. We'll quickly move on.
See, and people are saying not full seal being made and all that sort of stuff. The only place that this potentially can't seal is on the top there, where it kind of connects up to the 510, because the rest of it is tight as a fucking tight thing. You can squeeze, you can cover your thing, and you can give it a good old squeeze, and nothing comes out. So that as a bottle itself, I don't think that's the thing. But if it wasn't sealing at the top, you would expect to see some juice around there.
Yeah, Rick Mason's just saying that he watched Bogan's review and he's saying his leaks.
Oh, well, that's odd. Mine certainly hasn't leaked. I'll give it that. But no, that squelchy thing is very weird.
Yeah. There's the Capo 100 Squonker. I never used it. Dean, you had that, didn't you?
The Capo
100 Squonker.
Did I?
I thought you got that. No.
Oh, hang on. No, the Capo. That was a single battery Capo.
Yeah.
Yes, I didn't have that one. I had the dual battery one.
Right. Sorry, my mistake. I have to start watching your reviews. Sorry.
Which was, the dual battery one was a bit of a letdown. I thought the first one looked good, but I've not really heard many good things about the single battery one. There's lots of aggro about it, I think.
What else we got? Apparently, Mr. Mooch is in the house.
Sup, Mooch? 30Ts. I've got some 30Ts. Oh, and by the way, I got my 30Ts from Fogstar, but Norb at Ecolux should be getting a shipment of 30Ts in very soon.
I'll have to keep an eye out for them.
You see, now, when I said to you that Todd doesn't listen to me, I said to him last week before, whenever it was, when I got my 30Ts and my VTC 6As, I said, go over to Fogstar and buy some. They're not cheap, but buy some, because Mooch says they're the business. No. Do you know what he said to me like 2 days ago? Oh, I really need to buy some more 21700s. Fucking, I
tell you. I've never, ever experienced, with 21700s. I've only used them in regulated and then started using them in a mod. a mechanical mod. I went into the house. I had 2 of them. Started vaping, and then after about half an hour, 40 minutes, boom, it just dropped. That just gone. Oh, nothing.
Yeah.
It was terrible in a make.
Oh,
So,
God, yeah. But no, I think the 30T, I think, will be something that you will enjoy. It's not mind blowing. You don't go fucking, wow, this is amazing, but you know, it's pretty reasonable.
yeah. Are you
Am
getting the Pulse BF80?
I have not been asked. I haven't heard from Vandy Vape for ages, actually, so I don't know.
Yeah. Have you seen the H cigar squonker?
That does look very similar to the 80-watt Vandy Vape one.
No. It's got a honking huge fire button on it.
Was it?
There's only renders out just now for it, but it doesn't look shit. It's different. It looks slightly different.
Okay.
But they're not using, which is unusual for H cigar. They normally use DNA Evolve boards, but they're using their own one.
Oh, right. Well, that'll be interesting. No, I thought they did one that looked very similar to the Pulse one. I might be dreaming about that then.
So 30T, blah blah blah. 30Ts are a true game changer. Craig Harrison said, "Didn't the Gallium use them?" Yes, they did, but I cheated. I used my 2700s. We'll not talk about that.
I don't think they're a true game changer. I don't think they're a game changer at all. I think they're just giving you a little bit extra. It's not something you're going to vape on and it's going to blow you away, but it's not going to be shit like, you know, the 21700s that we've had so far.
Yeah. There's somebody. Graham Bennett's just picked up the Vicious Ant Phenom Tube. What 22mm RDA would you put on top? I did a review for the Phenom Tube when it first came out.
Very nice.
Threading on it was fucking horrendous.
Yeah.
It was really bad. But anyway, sorry. 22mm RDAs.
Berserker or Velocity.
Yeah.
Depending on how you like to vape.
Yeah.
See, Pete, I need to dig out my Velocity. Someone said to me the other day, can you put a Velocity on whatever? I think it was on this. Someone asked if I'd put the Velocity on here. And I thought, do you know what? I don't really know where my V2 is. It's somewhere. I need to find it and I need to vape it again because it was a marvelous atomizer and I loved that so much.
We saw the review and we saw it gushing.
Yeah. Gosh. And I think you'd probably be able to pick them up fairly cheaply secondhand these days as well. And they're great RDAs. What else we got going on? Our favorite Iron Maiden album. That's. I tell you what. I think there was one that I used to listen to with the. I like Bruce. I think he's good. But the Paul Di'Anno album, one of the really early ones, I really enjoyed. I used to love that. Can't remember the name of it.
There's no point in asking me. I've got a Yazoo album on my turntable. Do you really think I've yeah.
And was it Seventh Son that had Eddie with the sort of the blue background? I think that was a really good album as well. Whatever that one was, but there you go. Memory. Anything new on the 3D printing front from either of us? Not from me. My 3D printer is up there with some lovely stuff. I've still got my BL Touch, which I've not attached to it, so I don't have to do my bed leveling. But no, I've not printed anything. You have, though?
I printed off a phone case.
Fantastic.
That was it. Sorry.
There we go. Kevin, will you be doing an interview with Sam the Vaping Bogan at Expo and reviewing his new mech mod? I will absolutely review his mech mod. And what are you getting all excited about?
Somebody's having a go at you.
Shut your face. I just saw that. Anyway, talking about Bogan. Yes, I've already spoken to him. We're going to try and hang out over Expo, so that should be cool. Whether I do an interview, I don't know. We'll try and do some stuff. Again, make sure that you're on my Instagram or my Vaping Biker Facebook page because I'll probably do some live bits and bobs as long as the internet copes with it. So yeah, that'll be happening. Dan Robbo, I am not Ricky Gervais. I look. Why do people say Ricky Gervais? I look nothing like him. Nothing. It's not the first time though. What builds do you recommend for the Radius 2 flavor wise? Well, whatever I put in the review in that one. Generally, most things I'd like flavor wise for a lot of single coilers tend to be the dual core Clapton stainless steel 26 gauge with 36 or 38 gauge on the outside flattened. That just does it for me. What are you laughing about?
Just like to point out, as I said earlier on, we spend a lot of time in Hangouts during the day sometimes, and you're not always in conversation. You might be building something or whatnot, but do you know the dance scene from The Office where he makes that noise?
Yeah,
that's what Dean does when he's building and he's concentrating on something. He makes that exact same noise, and he's just Ricky Gervais. You just one day I'll record it and I'll post it on his Facebook page for you.
Yeah, you're a knobhead. Right. Is there anything else? Let us know if you've got any more questions. We're going an hour and a half now, which is more than enough for anybody, I'm sure. So before you go and you have a jolly good evening all to yourselves, or the rest of your evening. Let us know if you've got any other questions. Get them in nice and quickly, and we'll try and answer them all in a sharp shooting kind of way. So there we go. We'll get that happening. I've not had any. What?
Have you got anything exciting coming in for review?
I've got an air horn. Have I got anything exciting coming in? That is a very, very good question. I don't know. I've still got a load of correspondence I've got to catch up on from being poorly sick. I did try to keep on top of it as much as I could, but there's lots of things like YouTube comments and emails and Instagram messages and stuff that I've just not got around to. So I don't know. I need to have a little look and see what's going on there. But I think I've got some stuff coming in, but I can't remember what. I know that Inikin thing that you mentioned is coming in, but I don't know what else is going on. You've got some cool stuff, haven't you?
It's just the usual stuff that nobody can get a hold of, or like somebody actually asked earlier on about the Skyline. Sorry, whoever asked that question, I apologize. Your best bet is to just email them direct if you're after the Skyline RTA. And yes, it is still my favorite RTA to this day. And just in case you're interested, the Skyline guy, you know how you have the drop, the Skyline drop? Well, they're releasing new versions of the big tank so that it will look like the same styling as the drop. So they'll be coming soon. And also the Skyfall RDA is coming from eSmoke Guru very, very soon.
Is that going to have Daniel Craig's face on the front of the box?
It's no, it's not. Shut up. And another thing. You've got a bag. You got it at the same time, and we haven't discussed this. Go and haul out your bag of Muji.
Oh.
I've been vaping cotton bacon since it came out, and then I ran out and I ordered 2 bags of that.
Yes.
And it worked out for 2 bags. It was delivered to my door, was £9.95, and it'll probably last me for about 3 years. And that was through Muji Online Direct.
Yeah.
And it's very good. It's just as good as cotton bacon, and it's a fraction of the price.
Oh, I love it. I love it. The ones that I go are the 60 by 50 mil pads, 180 sheets in a thingamajig. So yeah, that'll mean like for sort of a 3 mil coil, I'll probably get 4 wicks out of 1 sheet. 180 sheets times 4, whatever that is. That's a lot of re-wicking.
It certainly is.
But I used to use cotton bacon in tanks, primarily, but now I don't really do anything with tanks. I don't tend to use cotton bacon at all. I've still got some, but I never use it. I just Muji all the way.
Yeah. Craig's asking, has my Elemental arrived yet? No, it's not. I'm waiting on my Elemental mods. I sent back 2 of the mods to get refurbished, and I'm waiting on the new one coming as well.
I'm very jealous about that. It does look glorious.
Yeah. Did you have the DigiFlavor Mesh RTA?
I did, and I don't even know if I used it. I despise mesh. I think every atomizer that uses mesh as a coil should burn in hell. I despise them with every inch of my being. I'd like to dig massive holes down to the core of the earth and dump them all down there, and then bury them with the bones of whoever invented them.
Christopher Eggers asking about the Haku Vena. We discussed that at the start, my friend. There it is there. And no, I know this is from 67 mods. That does not mean that's not my age that's written on it, as somebody pointed out earlier. Yeah. And also, what else was he asking about? He asked about something. Oh, it's gone. It's gone.
Enrique's asking about the Rage Squonker from Homeboy. I did get allegedly I'm getting them sent to me, but I don't know. The company that's made them also does a single battery version, and I should be getting them both, but I don't have any I don't know when that'll arrive, if it will. People say they're going to send you stuff, and then it just doesn't turn up, and it makes you look like a knobhead. Did he write? Do you speed steep juice? No, I do not. Did he write? There you go. That answers that one. Right, great chat, guys. Off to bed now. All right, Rick. See you later on. Thank you very much. Sweet dreams. Good to know. Can you provide us with a link to the Muji cotton you've got, Christoph? All you got to do is just Google Muji. Just Google Muji. That'll take you to the Muji website, and then that size cotton that I mentioned earlier on.
I've just posted a link.
Oh, have you? Well, you're much nicer than I am. But there you go. Boom. Tell us how you really feel about mesh. What else have we got going on here? What else?
Young Richard. Will we do a shout out for young Richard?
Yes. Why the fuck not? Young Richard.
No. I mean, really? Do we have to?
Aye. Well, he's a nice little fella, isn't he, really?
Nice, but he's one of these ideal home show guys. You know how they're up themselves.
Well, what can you do? But no, he's young Richard, the little Hugh Grant of vaping, is I don't know why I thought, where have you gone? Well, I don't know why I thought of it, but he's just every time I watch Richard, I love Richard. I'm mates with Richard. He's a lovely man, but I just imagine him being like, I'm just a boy in front of a girl. He could so pull that off. But no, he's doing a little RTA called the Saver RTA, which is a restricted lung / mouth to lung little affair, and it looks quite a sweet little RTA. Sorry. So yeah.
Should have them this week.
Excellent.
And he'll have his, I think he's doing a video this week, isn't he? Showing it off.
Good stuff. So if you're not subscribed to Mr. Richard V1CK, Vaping V1CK, go and check him out. He's a lovely chap, and he's got a very blue room, and it looks very sexy. I like his camera. His camera work's getting much, much better these days.
Thank you.
Not yours, obviously. What's the best mech unregulated squonker under 50 quid? Pulse, maybe? Under 50 quid. I can't think of it. I can't think of it. Unregulated one. Not that. What was that little black one that I didn't like with a spinning nut? Not that one.
I'm still trying to get over the whole Hugh Grant thing.
Pulse, I think under 50 quid's bargain, and you can change your color doors, which is lovely. So Druga, that was the one I didn't like.
Yeah.
Yes. Good work.
Oh, the Luxotic. That's a good call on that.
I never tried one, you see. Never had one.
Yeah, I still use mine. It's did I have a? Yeah.
It's not mechanical though, is it?
No, but unregulated.
Oh, okay.
Well, yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
The Jack Vapor DNA 75 says, Craig, is it still a good mod today? Yes, it was as good as the day it was released.
Yeah, and it was really small form factor as well, wasn't it? Which was really nice.
Yeah. You didn't have the Flav, did you?
I did not. I'm not. I think that went to a lot of posh people, and so clearly it's not going to come to me.
I had the Flav tank and I had the Flave 24. I never tried the Flave 22 though. But yeah, very good RDA. A very good RDA. I wouldn't bother with the tank though. I'm not an RDA, RDTA, is it? Yeah, not a fan of them.
Fair enough. Have you tried the Think Vape Finder 250C with replay? No, I have not. So there we go. The only 250C that I've got is the reference mod from Evolve that Brandon sent me. No.
Dropping.
Huh?
You have a go at me about only the posh people got them. Here, this is the one I got here. This is the mod that I got direct from the manufacturer for testing. Look at just and drop the name of the guy that owns the company. Yeah.
Well, he's a nice man. If you haven't seen that video, go and check that out, by the way. And someone asked earlier on what is AS. Go and check. I did a fibromyalgia and AS video a while ago. Go and check that out. That explains it. And I'm really proud of that video because it's helped a lot of people by if you have a read of the comments. So that makes me happy. But that explains everything. So I think, ladies and gentlemen, I think we're good to go. Oh, hang on. Have either of you tried the Kabuki tank? Thinking of getting the clone? I wouldn't buy a clone of anything Vaping Smurf. And the Kabuki, didn't that just have the Aspire coils in it anyway?
Yes, I had one. I bought one because I heard all the. It's made very well. It's a nice stainless steel tank, proper glass. It's made very, very well. But as I think Dean was just about to say, it's only as good as the coil that's inside it. In my humble opinion, it vaped no better than a Nautilus. So
there you go. Boom. You can grab one of those anyone you like, anywhere you like. M16 Skills. Dino, please shout out to our dog Rhubarb. Rhubarb. He'd like it. Why is his name not Rhubarb? But Rhubarb. Oof. Right, I think we're good to go. I think we're pretty much sussed. Right, thank you very much for watching. I've been Dean the Vaping Biker. We've had Mr. Todd from Todd's Reviews on as well. Make sure that you are going to subscribe to him. I'm sure you already are, though, if you're watching us. So thank you so much for watching. It's been a superstar of a little show. I've enjoyed it. Hope you have too. If you do want to support the channel, then there is always my Patreon. So please go ahead and go and check that out. There's going to be a lot more stuff happening with Patreon soon. We've actually just organized a little Patreon group, which is I'm now sort of slowly releasing to the different tiers of that, which is quite cool. But no, we've got a few good things happening over there in the near future. I've got a bunch of stuff coming up when it comes to charity raffles and all that sort of good shit, because I've just had a massive clear out of the office and I have a fuck ton of stuff. Not all brand spanky kind of new tech stuff, but a fuck ton to get rid of. So I want I really want to try and make some money for some good causes on that one. So we'll see how we go on for that one. But there is also, if you don't want to sign up for a monthly, there is also the paypal.me link in the description of the videos as well. And you'll also see it on my YouTube banner. So thank you so much to those of you that do support the channel. And thank you so much to everybody else for watching. This wouldn't be, and thank you for, by the way, thank you for sticking with me, even though I've not been doing anything the last couple of weeks. I really do appreciate that. So thank you so much for your time. There is also the merch store on vapingbiker.co.uk as well. So I think that covers pretty much everything that I've got to go through. Is there anything that you wanted to say before we fuck off, Mr. T?
Yeah, you know that spiel at the end, you're starting to sound like when you're in a Ryanair flight and they're trying to sell the raffle tickets. It's just
shut up.
And then they walk down the aisle and everybody puts their head down and looks somewhere else.
I've lost a couple of patrons because I've been poorly and not been putting out content. So
listen, I kid you not. I'm chuffed as hell you're back. Not because you've got more subs than me and I hate you, but because people keep posting on my YouTube channel, is Dean okay? How's Dean? Have you spoken to him?
Right, look, come on.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm good to go.
All right, camera's on you. I'm not fucking around tonight.
Okay.
Thank you so much, everybody. It's been a pleasure. Thank you very much, Mr. Todd, for coming on and having a giggle with me once again. And we will see you. I will see you on Wednesday, hopefully, for the next video that comes out. Thank you so much. Right, Mr. Todd, are you ready? Come on then. got the camera on you, and you got to suck it in. Just put it up to your mouth.
How does it feel? Tell me, how does it feel? Right, I'm going.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you very soon. Thank you very much, and make sure that you do subscribe to Todd. We'll see you on Wednesday. All right then. Have it, Lord.